Did you know that you were crucified? Good morning, family. This is Reginald Martin, metaphysics, sacred alchemy. And today I want to talk about keeping this idea going about talking about fire, okay? And basically I started out with a video talking about the lake of fire and hell, and that it never existed, and that the ancients never taught hell as a place of punishment or anything like that, okay? So I want to keep this going and put it in the context of how the ancients taught it as a journey of the soul. So I talked about in the last video, and I'm just going to do a series here, but I talked about in the last video how fire philosophically was symbolized. It was a philosophical symbol of the intellect of God. Okay, that was the metaphor that the fire was the metaphor they used to symbolize the consciousness, the light. Okay, the enlightenment, the will to be, the will to create, the will to become. Okay, so all of those are a part or aspects of fire, okay, that basically ancients really talked about in many different ways, okay, and a lot of times we had mystics and poets talking about these different aspects of fire that we have come to worship today, okay, but just keeping it going. So the idea, the first idea is that fire, or the lake of fire, is where souls were born, okay? Next, let's get into how souls incarnated, or how this light came into being into the world, okay? Into the world of matter. And one way they symbolized that was that the light descended into matter, okay? Descended into matter, or mother. And if you check linguistically, you'll see that matter and mother are connected, okay, in this way. And the ancients saw being in the physical body as sort of a womb, okay? And the way that they looked at that is that Christianity taught us that it was a fall from grace, okay? That we fell, and it was a punishment in a sense, that the idea that Satan got kicked out of heaven and stuff like that, or Lucifer got kicked out of heaven. Got to keep it with the light there. Lucifer, loose, light bringer, okay? Got kicked out of heaven. And but in the ancient terms, it wasn't a punishment. It was the idea that we came to incarnate to basically learn and grow. So we chose to be here, okay? All of us as souls chose to be here so that we could learn and grow. All right. So they actually had an ancient term for this original fall that Christianity flipped, okay? So the original descent into matter, or mother, was actually called the Crucifixion, okay? Imagine this. Now, the way that you can check this, family, is that this journey of the soul, they also metaphorically mirrored it with the journey of the sun, okay? So that's where Ra comes into being, the idea that Ra represents the fire or light that is journeying through the world, okay? So Ra is not a sun god. Ra is the fire or light that is journeying, that represents each soul on the earth plane, okay? So that's how Ra is connected to the sun. That Ra becomes the the sun becomes the metaphor for the light and the light's journey. So again, this is also connected symbolically, because the crucifixion, we talk about the crucifixion being on a cross, okay? But it is the cross is the metaphorical elements of air, earth, fire, and water that is needed in order for a soul or the light to cross into matter, okay? So again, how you can see this in Christianity, and I'll put up a little diagram here for you, but the way that you can check it is to see that the journey of the soul is mirrored in nature, because we are nature, okay? That's the way the ancients looked at us, is that human beings, humankind is an extension of natural forces. We are nature, or the highest developed aspect of nature on the earth plane, okay? That's the way that they looked at it. We were not separate from nature. We are nature. We are an extension of the nature that is the creator, okay? We are the light of the creator that is incarnated on the earth plane, okay? So the descent, when you look at it through the journey of the sun, you'll just see the descent, or the crucifixion, is at night, or when the sun goes down, okay? And it goes below the horizon, the sun dies, okay? But family, it's not a physical death. It is, in actuality, the death is the soul forgetting its omnipotent awareness and forgetting who it was, okay? Forgetting itself as a soul when it does incarnate into matter or mother, okay? So this journey in ancient Kemet was sacred, okay? It was not a punishment, and that's where Christianity flipped it. And how they flipped it is when they literally historicized the crucifixion and made it about a human being, and that flipped the whole idea of it even being connected to nature, okay? Because if you'll see, and I'll show this again in the diagram, you'll see that the crucifixion and the resurrection are almost like they're put together, okay? So that's one way that you can check this, is that Christianity really took the natural journey of the soul, or the light, and they flipped it and changed it to something else, and they historicized it and made it, and took it out of the realm of just a natural journey of the soul or the light through nature, okay? So, hey family, an addendum on this crucifixion thing. So the idea of the symbolism, and understanding that one part of the symbolism is only a piece to this puzzle, okay? But the puzzle does fit in logical and intuitive ways. So there is not going to be one part that it makes absolutely no sense. It's all going to fit together. And a case in point is just like, so for instance, the crucifixion, and is going to fit logically into nature. Is going to fit numerologically, okay, as the number 4, okay, number 4, and it's going to fit symbolically with the cross, okay? So all these things fit together. And I had one brother, I had written an article on the my YouTube community page where I post a number of articles, but I said that that the ancients did not have a concept of an eternal hell, okay? That didn't exist, you know, because again, hell for the ancients, or not hell, I'm sorry, the lake of fire for the ancients was the birthplace of souls, okay? That is the fire that everything came out of, okay? The light, all right? And he's like, he wants to disagree, but he makes a nonsensical connection, because what a lot of people try to do is, I say that like the Christianity used the crucifixion, that it came from Kemet, but they'll try to take Christian ideas and backfit them to ancient Kemetic ideas. In other words, where's the Kemetic idea that taught this part of Christianity, or how can I say it? It's like they're trying to make Christianity fit into the Kemetic concepts, and it doesn't work, because a lot of times their dogma, it wasn't a part of Kemet. But he made the comment like, well, man, no, you're wrong, because there was a hell. Kemet talked about the alligator and the eating souls and stuff like that. I'm like, first of all, it's Amit, and Amit is an alligator, a lion, or a crocodile, a lion, and a hippopotamus, okay? So it's a composite, but those composites all mean something. And Amit is also a feminine aspect of this natural aspect of the universe, okay? But I'm like, dude, how does an alligator, just using his terminology, how does an alligator and fire connect in any kind of way, logically, intuitively at all? So it's like he's just taking some little knowledge that he has, and he wants to graft the idea of hell onto the alligator. It doesn't work like that. It's just, family, it's going to fit logically and intuitively in many different ways. So these ideas, when I'm telling you about them, if you start to research them, you're going to see how they fit together as a piece of a puzzle. Because all I'm doing is giving you, I can't give you every single thing in a short 15 or 20 minute video. It's not possible, So I'm giving you a piece of the puzzle, but understand, when I'm giving it to you, it's going to fit into the other pieces once you start learning, okay? It's not gonna like be hanging out there, okay? All right, family, I'm gonna continue on. So that's one way to understand that, again, the fire, the light, the idea of hell and all of that, again, it's just Christianity took so much of these ancient teachings, and what I'm wanting to help you do here is to reclaim these ideas and to bring them back to what they originally were. And what this will do is to help you to really get over that fear of the idea of eternal damnation, because once you see the natural aspect of this journey, it just makes more sense than how we were taught as Christians. The only way we accept these teachings as Christians is, one, we didn't know, and two, we didn't even understand the logical aspect of this journey, okay? So the logical and natural aspect of a journey. And it is always, everything is tied to nature, okay? Is this whole entire journey can be mirrored in nature, okay? The journey of the sun, the journey of the soul, the journey of the light, it's mirrored in nature. It's just natural, okay? So we have to pay attention to that. So one of the other things that Christianity did is that they made being physical anti-spiritual, okay? In other words, they made being spiritual and physical adversarial to each other. The ancients didn't do that, okay? It was all one thing. There was just different, really different levels of vibration is what we're talking about and what we're experiencing. So the physical world had to come out of the metaphysical world. Okay, the metaphysical world was the macro, or the larger aspect that our physical experience comes out of. Okay, so but they made God and man different. God and humankind different than nature, and the ancients didn't do that. So that it becomes a real issue when we're trying to really look at these ideas and how we have had to accept them as Christians. Okay, so huge difference here. So the big idea here to understand, family, is that we are nature evolving. So when you incarnated here, again, you were not being punished. You chose to be here because it basically helps you to develop as a soul. Okay, it helps you to develop really and remember who you are and your power as a creator. So when you're going through difficulties and stuff like that, it's not a punishment. It is really more of a call to rise. Okay, and I'll get more into that in the next video. So we're going to talk about just going through the difficult times, the dark night of the soul and stuff like that. So, but again, it all goes with the journey of the sun. So it mirrors that, and you can see this in the story, family, of Jesus. Okay, every step, every season, you'll see this because Jesus represents the primordial light that incarnated on the earth plane. That's what Jesus meant before we were given our religious beliefs about it. That's what Jesus meant before we were indoctrinated with the dogma. Okay, so there's just, the teachings are ancient, family. They are thousands of years older than Christianity, and I'm going to stress this, is that these teachings were a part of many spiritual systems. Okay, so not just and what Christianity brought to the table that they say is a revelation and new is the lies and the dogma. Okay, so the historicizing this idea, these symbolic ideas, because even today those ideas are still relevant in our human journey and our human evolution of consciousness. Okay, so what I'm doing, family, here again on this channel is just reacquainting you and helping you to reclaim the ancient concepts that are still relevant today, rather than the dogma that causes us all the tension, the conflict, the strife, and stuff like that. So it's the truth of these ideas are way more powerful than the lie that we've been told. Okay, so and also I wanted to offer, if you are somebody that wants to help people with these ideas, you want to learn these ideas and coach people on them, through them, develop a purpose-driven business from this. I want you to go to metaphysicscertification.com, and I have a training where I show you how you can do this. Okay, and so if you want to go there and you want to check that out, do so. If it's something that you've been wanting to do, man, you've been wanting to fire your boss, that kind of thing, to develop really a purpose-driven business and a purpose-driven coaching practice, go to metaphysiccertification.com, okay, and check out the training that I've done there, okay. But that's basically it, family. I hope that that's helpful for you. You know, just really looking at this. I'm going to do another video in this series, you know, reclaiming the fire aspect, and that's gonna, you know, even shed a little bit more light. And again, it's just using the journey of the Son as a metaphor, the Son of God. Okay, all right, family. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on my walk, and you guys have an amazing day. Reginald Martin out.